I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, before we do the minutes and the claims, we have a public hearing, and it is for the waiver for the vet clinic up across from McDonald's for their tax abatement. There was a snafu at the county level, so we have to make a resolution to do this process again, just real fast. So I'll open the public hearing up. Is there any public comments pertaining to this tax abatement for Pet Hero? Going once. Okay, there being none, I will adjourn or close the public hearing portion of the meeting at 7:01. I'll make a motion we approve the minutes since our last regularly scheduled meeting.
I'll second.
Okay, motion made by seconded Ms. Kelly. Made by Albert. Is there any discussion? Mr. Bashinsky?
Yes.
Mrs. Thorsky?
Yes.
Mrs. Deal?
Yes.
Ms. Kelly?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 5-0. Next, the approval of claims.
Make a motion to approve the claims.
I'll second.
Motion made by Mr. Bashinsky, seconded by Mrs. Thorsky to approve the claims. Is there any discussion? Mr. Bashinsky?
Yes.
Mrs. Thorsky?
Yes.
Mrs. Deal?
Yes.
Ms. Kelly?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, pass 5-0. Next, we have the Economic Development Resolution 2024.
I'm sorry, can you read the ADA thing first, please?
Oh,
Sorry.
the ADA Title 6 grievance forms as well as a voluntary public involvement survey are available in the hanging wall files for anyone interested.
Thanks.
We have to, what is that for?
It's for any federal grants.
Okay, so we've got
Like community crossing.
like community crossing. Okay.
No pressure.
Okay, we have Resolution 2024-4. This is a resolution of Town Council granting a waiver of non-compliant pursuant to Indiana Code 6.1.1, 12.1, and 11.3 with respect to an assessed valuation deduction tax abatement for the real property improvements of Pet Hero properties. Unless there's a objection, I will read it by resolution by name only. No objections. I'll make a motion that we adopt Resolution 2024-4.
Second.
Motion made by Albert, seconded by Mr. Bashinsky to approve Resolution 2024-4. Is there any discussion? Mr. Bashinsky?
Yes.
Mrs. Thorsky?
Yes.
Mrs. Deal?
Yes.
Ms. Kelly?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 5-0. Next, utilities.
Lead service line inventory is proceeding. We've got a lot of information. We should have everything done by the time it's due in October. With the leaking valve on Plain Street, it has been replaced. They paved it today, also patched it today. Bowen Engineering had it done as part of, excuse me, the paving company that did the parking lot for the parking area did it free of charge, so that saved us quite a bit of money. We're still working with the water plant, the new water system design, working with McCann on that. We did clean up the scrap pile at the water plant, had about a full dumpster load hauled out. We still got a little bit more to take care of that. There's stuff from probably 25 years ago in that pile. So, we did have the water audit finished by the local finance authority. It scores both your homes. We're going to probably have some of the bigger meters tested for accuracy. Consumer confidence report's been completed. Manhole and sanitary sewer cleaning will resume this summer if we can get it done. And then the other item is we did have Bowen look at the Westville Estates lift station, put a valve vault and meter vault in it. Their quote for estimate's $34,000 for that. I believe that's all I got.
Okay. Any questions or anything? Okay, thank you. Streets?
Nothing to report other than, I'm talking.
Oh. Okay. Thanks, take care. Parks,
I got nothing.
they look great. I was out there the other night, and kids were playing baseball or softball, and
Basketball.
basketball. It was,
It's busy right now. I love
oh,
it.
yeah. Police?
251 calls for service, that included 18 vehicle crashes with one fatality crash. We had 6 assist paramedics and 49 traffic stops. May 31st was Clark's last day, so he is now with St. Joe County. Joy Phillips was hired on and filled his position. She started June 3rd. She's off to a good start, doing well. We're looking to have 2 additional hires up and running hopefully by no later than the June 30th pay period. And potentially 1 going with this training as early as next week. So that would fill our 2 vacant positions and get us back up to full staffing and just get everybody caught up into the training.
What are you gonna do in your spare time then?
I don't even know what I'm gonna do with myself. So, we'll see, we'll figure it out as we go. There is one issue that I think is outside of my decision-making as far as Joy goes. So Joy is currently residing in Granger. Granger is right at twice the accepted practice in the past for the distance we take on vehicles. So I don't think it's appropriate for me to make that decision. I would ask you guys to balance the increased costs, but there certainly would be for her driving twice as far, basically 7 days every pay period, along with the incentive that holds for, it's a common practice for take-home cars. A lot of agencies are expanding the distance they allow. I mean, like I said, that comes at a bit of a cost to us for fuel usage too. There's a couple of different options, and I've come up with 4, ranging from complete denial of a take-home vehicle. The second option would be for her to, if New Carlisle is up to it, drive it to New Carlisle, and that would be the staging area that's right at the limit of what we've historically done mileage-wise, and then she can commute in her personal vehicle the rest of the way home. We could look at arranging something to where she financially reimburses the town for the added fuel usage, or just outright grant her to take the vehicle with the extra mileage. Their intention eventually, I would say within like the 4-year ballpark, is to move into the LaPorte County area somewhere fairly close to here.
How soon will she move?
We're talking like the 4-year mark. They've got
4 years.
Yeah, they've got a lot of construction and stuff that they've had over there, so they're looking at a little bit of time there before. So her husband's a canine officer from LaPorte County. He just got assigned a dog. They built a nice, immaculate kennel at the house for the dog, and so they've just dropped a lot of money into that house. So, but they are looking at, I wouldn't go and call that here in the near future, relocating it to LaPorte County.
What's your thoughts, everyone?
I'd say New Carlisle, we had cars that go about that far before, so.
That's right.
I think that's a good idea.
Where Steve goes back and forth to now.
So you're saying leave the car at New Carlisle if we can, or pay the difference from New Carlisle?
I'd say leave the car.
Okay, so first thing we have to do is see if we can do that.
Yeah, where's the place you're gonna leave it in New Carlisle?
Yeah, at another,
Yeah, so I'm not too familiar with their police department. It would have to be at their department somewhere. So I know they don't have secure parking there, so we'd have to figure out what the procedure would be.
Yeah, that would not be.
like her patrol rifle, all the sensitive stuff.
I would just
How
let
far is
her,
Granger? It's much farther.
Granger's right at 56 miles.
And if I can add something, just from the cost perspective, 7 days of pay period is 2 weeks. So it's not like that it's that, you know, every day. And she's not taking health insurance, so in my opinion, that is like a huge savings to begin with. So you would balance that out, do you know what I'm saying?
oh, okay.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
not like she's driving every day since her schedule's 7 days in a 2 week pay period that she's to work.
Yeah, I was gonna say let her take the car home, because I feel like there's just more complications, like obstacles, either parking in New Carlisle and having to deal with no security, or paying the difference in the gas. That's just not, like, we're trying to keep these people, and we're trying to take care of them because we want them to stay here in return. So I feel like it's just a positive incentive, like, hey, you have a take-home vehicle, thank you so much for what you do, we appreciate you, here you go.
Does she work 12-hour shifts?
She'll be 12.
Okay, so
So
I was wondering how 7 days a week.
if she's one of the options of the vehicle being stored at her residence, she's right on the toll road, so we have I-passes at no cost to the town. So she would commute via the toll road between here and home. The vehicle I would issue to her, with all that in mind, would be one of the first Durango's that we have, wheels or V6s, and substantially more fuel efficient. So we're looking at like 27 miles per gallon highway for the V6s.
I'd say let her take it then.
And that is an exception
Why
exception
should I
considered
list
that
12?
she's not taking insurance, so we're not,
My vote.
her husband, she's getting her insurance from her husband, so we're saving there. And that might end up being a push.
Take-home cars that's one of the things a lot of people look for when choosing an agency, so I mean, it's
So everybody's good with her?
fair enough. Thank you. That's all I got.
Thank you.
Anything else on police from anyone? Finance, we have resolution 2024-5. It's a transfer of funds. Be it resolved by the Westville Town Council that the following funds be transferred. Transfer $19,000 from appropriation 220-100-1134 health insurance MVH fund to appropriation 220-100-1440 new equipment MVH fund. Transfer $3,900 from appropriation 220-100-1351 gas and electric MVH fund to appropriation 220-100-1440 new equipment MVH fund. I'll make a motion that we approve resolution or adopt resolution 2024-5.
I'll second it.
Motion made by Albert, seconded by Ms. Kelly to adopt resolution 2024-5. Any discussion? Mr. Wyszynski?
Yes.
Mrs. Pothorsky?
Yes.
Mrs. Deal?
Yes.
Ms. Kelly?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 5-0. Anything else on finance? Miscellaneous. No fire department activity report. Citizens' comments. Hi, Vicki.
Hi.
I was lucky to pick you out of the crowd tonight wearing
I
that
thought I'd
sweatshirt.
wear my Michigan City Parks
High vis.
sweatshirt. Well, you know, this is my annual visit to talk about fireworks in Westville. I'm here because of two situations with the fireworks. First of all, I do believe it was either last night or the night before that over here by the apartments, there
It
was
was.
somebody setting off some fireworks. And I have a niece that lives in that apartment, and she has a 3-year-old that is deathly afraid of fireworks. And it's brutal. And I'm wondering, is there anything we could do to try to talk to people about, I mean, I understand July 4th. We live with that. Lots of fans on and, you know, trying to not have any
Basket.
noise
Yeah.
of fireworks going on. But I'm not sure that people understand that not only are there animals, but there are some people that are afraid of those fireworks.
Or if they're sleeping,
Or they're
if it's
sleeping.
night.
Yeah. Is there anything that the town can do to, just sort of put a little bug in everybody's ear? or-
What's the state statute? I know it's got stuff specific to fireworks, but,
So the statute, the way the statute sits is, so basically, you can discharge fireworks up until 11 PM, except on holidays or December 31st, which you can do it up until midnight. So 9 AM until 11, except holidays would be 9 AM until midnight, and then December 30, excuse me, let's go for myself here. 9 AM to 11 on regular days, and then 9 AM to midnight on December 31st. There's a statute that also specifies what municipalities can do, like limitations on what we can restrict. So you wouldn't be able to restrict between the hours of 5 PM and 2 hours after sunset, basically from June 29th through July 9th. And between the hours of 10 AM to midnight on July 4th and 10 AM to 1 AM on January.
so 2 hours after sunset in the summer is
11 o'clock.
10:30 or
Really up until,
something like that.
like, when you get to like the peak firework times, we don't even have the authority to really limit it of any significance.
Okay, let me ask a question here. I don't know if this is your question or question. 10 o'clock at night, Sunday night, I decide I want to get my stereo, put my big humongous speakers out the window and play Hell's Bells. And the neighbors call and complain, can we prevent that from being?
So we trudge into the what if game, which is never really productive.
Right.
So there's currently nothing that noise ordinance related for the town limits of Westville.
Okay.
So like under just the guise of violating like a noise ordinance type deal, we don't have anything in place for that.
Okay, but if we had the noise ordinance where I can't play my speakers out, I can still have fireworks by state statute.
Yeah,
They're two separate things.
it pretty much cuts you out of being able to do anything about the fireworks.
The fireworks are regulated under their own thing as it sits now, because we don't have anything specifically for fireworks, we fall under what the state statute.
So the issue that Vicky has, we
I
have no,
don't believe that would be resolved
by state statute, we
anything
can
that
do anything about it.
do within our.
Unless it's after 10:30 in the summer, 2 hours after sunset, which in the summer is 10:30 or 11 o'clock.
Have you tried talking to the person who's setting them off? Because I always feel like it's probably the same people. Because I heard them too, and I was like, what? Why are fireworks going off this late at night,
When it starts, I'm right at 2 Avenue B, so the newer addition is down from me. There's some people there, there's some people back behind the school.
So it's multiple, like,
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not just one.
okay.
I mean, really, with the way, especially like where you're at, you're not far from the town limits, so with that new subdivision, half of that would be subject to the ordinance we have, and if they walk across the street with permission from a property owner there, then they're under the county's
Wow.
jurisdiction and rules, and it's, I mean, we're close enough at any point in town to where the fireworks in the county are going to be policy.
Yeah, so, yeah, putting one in
Put your
Westville.
loudspeakers out, you better hope your neighbor doesn't have a gun.
Well, then, he could use fireworks because he can do that.
He says that. A Hell's Bells is a questionable.
Well, that's the only one I can think of that, you know, that was AC/DC, I think.
Yeah, I like some Hell's Bells.
I like Metallica better.
Boston is the best
Yeah.
band ever.
Amanda.
We could send some reach alert.
What?
Corey can help me, I can send like a reach alert out, you know, for, like, the upload your paper kind of thing.
For those that have it.
Corey, well, there's like 600 and something people signed up on it, so.
Is there?
A lot.
I get a lot of them.
So,
Yeah.
between that and his Facebook page, maybe we can send
Maybe.
a message.
Just
to
like a
ask.
speak Kurt.
Yeah, people probably don't think about it when you shoot off the firecracker, there's an animal scared of them, or someone that's sleeping and has to go to work or something
I
kind
don't
of.
have a problem sending something out, at least to reach.
And put Vicky's phone number. if you
I
want.
was already gonna do that.
She knows it, so.
I'm messing with you.
But I think we could do that, that might help get.
Let's see how, we don't have anything to lose.
Sure.
I,
No, think.
I would appreciate any little thing.
Sure,
Yeah, because this is a tough time of year, you know, for fireworks.
yeah, I can send something out.
Okay, and thank you for checking all that too. I wasn't giving you a bad time about the speakers, about Hell's Bells, but
We've had a couple of complaints about music, so, so, unless they come to a point where it's like disorderly conduct, like criminal,
Right.
it's-
I would like to add one thing. I would like to thank the police department on trying to keep the semis off the road, because they were really coming down.
Yeah, that's a losing battle.
they get tickets?
They certainly
Yep.
do.
Cha-ching.
Yep.
Well, maybe I should say that.
$200 a pop.
Nice.
Because there's no semis allowed on that street.
They get points on their license too, don't they? The
If
driver.
if we cite them on the ordinance, they do not. And they almost prefer to get the ordinance violation as opposed to the $171 normal citation. So like as long as they travel across one of the town roads, we cite them on the ordinance violation. We get significantly more money from that citation to the town than we do.
And that doesn't go against their license.
That does not.
Right, so they would rather pay a little more and,
So the fee's a little bit more on the ordinance violation, so
Right.
it's 200 for the ordinance, and then it's 171 for the state citation, and then 6 or 7 points if we don't state citation.
Oh,
So, but if I stop somebody on, say, 900 West, I can't enforce county ordinances. If I'm gonna cite them, I cite them with the $171.06.
state statute. Okay.
And then we wind up in court because they don't respect it.
yeah.
And thank you for your department. I know you're shorthanded, you guys are running ragged, but
We try.
I appreciate what you got, you and
We'll
your,
get back out of here pretty quick.
Yeah,
you and your,
that'd be nice.
officers.
I'll give you a little break. Like I said, wait till you talk your free time.
These are by June maybe, huh? Maybe we'll get those 2 new hires by June.
I'm hoping to get one going this Friday.
So would that be 5
I'll
then?
come in just for that, for you. I'll come in.
Would be up to 5 or 6 then? We had 6?
So, once we get 2 additional going, we'll be back up to 5.
Okay.
County people before staff.
I do have a theft. Somebody stole half my cheeseburger tonight, and I think I knew who the suspect is. Oh, she'll submit, I think that's
I'll
admission.
sign that to Joy.
Anything else on citizens' comments? Thank you for coming tonight,
Yeah,
by the way.
thanks for having me.
They're always open. In that case, I will make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second.
You're gonna go save Boyan, aren't you? Motion made by Albert, seconded by Mrs. Pethorsky to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed being none, meeting adjourns.